Today's episode is all about Mother's Day and unconventional motherhood. I will share 2 inspiring stories about unusual mothers. I'll give you some gift recommendations that are either free or very affordable. I'll give you an incredible podcast recommendation, tell a little bit more about my own Mother's Day that we just had the other week in Lithuania. So grab a drink, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's go. My name is Vita, Janas, and you are watching This Made My Week, a weekly show that you can tune into when life gets a little overwhelming, because this space is all about creative ideas, solutions, inspiring stories, positive news, good people doing good things. So make sure to subscribe and come back every single week because I'm here spilling the good tea, the good tea. When I think about motherhood, I think of something sacred. It's a miracle of life, and sometimes I find it difficult to talk about it because just like love, you cannot put it into words. Motherhood is not just biology. It's a lifelong journey of loving, caring, evolving, and coming back to your own inner child. Advice that changed my life was to question everything that is man-made and not to follow anything blindly. So when I reflect, when I open my mind and my heart, I can see so clearly that our society that is perfectionism and consumerism driven has conditioned us to believe in this one version of motherhood that is so small, that fits into such a small box, and it looks like one mother, one father, and 2 or 3 happy children, healthy children, living in one big house and all of them being perfectly happy. The reality is so much more complex, nuanced. It's much deeper and more colorful. And those boxes, they aren't even square. They're all kinds of shapes and all kinds of sizes. Motherhood is raising children, all kinds of children. Healthy, with disabilities and health struggles, adopted kids, fostered kids, when you step in to raise your grandkids, your nephews, your nieces, or you raise your besties' kids. Kids who are no longer with us, angel babies, fur babies, animals. Kids who have mental health struggles, those who have addiction issues, babies who weren't supposed to be born, accident babies, oopsie babies, kids who weren't supposed to live, premenopausal babies, surrogacy babies, IVF babies, rape babies, babies who were born into celebrity homes, who are heirs, who are princes and princesses, and mothers. There are all kinds of mothers. Homestay mom, working mom, single mom, widow mom, trans mom, queer mom, teenage mom, mom whose legal rights have been taken away from her, mom who's in jail, or mom who's in hospital bed. There are all kinds of mothers. Each motherhood journey is so unique and it creates its own world or universe. And today I want to share 2 unconventional motherhood examples that stretch the boundaries and transcend any limitations. I want to introduce you to the first couple, Stephanie and Ryan, who both grew up as wheelchair users in Rochester, New York. The couple met at work and got married during the pandemic in 2020. They both knew that they wanted to have kids, so 6 months later they started adoption journey and they wanted to conceive their own baby. Months turned into years, and after failed attempt to adopt, unsuccessful IVF pregnancies, multiple miscarriages, the couple was about to give up. They applied to be foster parents instead, and soon they had 2 young boys living with them. And very shortly after that, Stephanie, against all the odds, received the news that she was pregnant. And she was expecting not 1, not 2, but 3 babies, triplets. So within 1 year, they went from family of 2 to family of 7. Oh my gosh. Stephanie shares their journey on TikTok, and if you ever lack motivation or inspiration, you must watch her videos. She's also executive director at a nonprofit organization, Disability Empower Her Network, and she says, "I hope that by sharing our journey, people would learn and grow, letting go of preconceived notions and stereotypes that should suggest people with disabilities can be good parents." Seeing Stephanie's videos where she explains how she does everyday things in a wheelchair, how they made their house wheelchair accessible, and how they work around kids and babies is really interesting. Like, it expands your worldview. I learned so much. And also, of course, I was so inspired, and honestly, it's a little bit emotional for me because, you know, I'm a mom of a toddler and I'm in a healthy body and things are so easy for me, and I still struggle every single day. And then I see her being so patient and being so gentle with her kids. Like, I just admire the mother in her so much. I love her journey. Also loved that Stephanie shared that it of course takes a village to raise a child. Again, only with one kiddo, I need a nanny. We're constantly going to our grandparents to help us out. We hire help. Like, it's a lot. And I loved this video of their village. Check this out.
Hey, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Ryan.
And we have 6 kids. And lots of people are very concerned about how we, as wheelchair users, take care of our 6 kids.
And we wanted to reassure you that we have lots of help. So let us introduce you to our help.
Another mother is Barby Keel, a 90-year-old woman who owns and runs Animal Rescue Sanctuary. Over the years, she helped to save more than 10,000 animals from abuse and abandonment. It all started 54 years ago, back in 1970s, when her friend in British Army asked her to look after his dog while he was deployed. She said yes, and then shortly after that, she took in another cat, and then a few more dogs, and then eventually interned into the Barby Keel Animal Sanctuary, a non-profit organization run entirely on donations and by volunteers. Currently, there are 600 animals, including, let me tell you, 160 cats, 16 pigs, 8 dogs, 6 horses, 100 chickens, and 80 rabbits. Barby is obviously an animal lover, and she never turns animals away, nor she ever puts them down unless it is totally necessary and animals are suffering. She dedicated her whole life to the sanctuary and even sacrificed her relationship, because when her husband gave her an ultimatum, animals or me, she said, "Pack up your bags and leave, buddy." What I also love about her is that she's a creative and reflective woman. She has written 5 books. They're all about animals, relationships, and love, of course. I highly encourage you to go and check out their website, watch some videos about the sanctuary. I'm gonna leave all the links below in the description box so you can check it out. You can also, if you can, of course, donate the money and support the sanctuary in this way. Or if you live in England, you can visit it. They are open every single Sunday until October. Barby Keel says that she will never retire and she will do this for as long as she can physically. You know, the sanctuary, she sacrificed a lot for it, not just her marriage, but she had many sleepless nights. She cares, she nurtures, she loves, and she is a mother. Okay, this one's for giggles, but I really wanted to mention that the mother of Little Monsters, Lady Gaga, had this incredible concert in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, and it was a world record breaking concert because 2.5 million people attended this gig. Like, the crowd was the size of my country. My head cannot comprehend like the masses, the size of it. It looked so much fun. It brought so much joy, me just watching those videos, so I cannot imagine what it was like to stand in this crowd. And I just wanted to give shout out to Lady Gaga because, you know, even though she's not a mother, but like, she helped, inspired, supported, and protected so many people with her music, with her advocacy, especially for people in LGBTQ+ community. Again, she's just a mother figure but still it has an effect. And this is something worth celebrating. So I'm celebrating Lady Gaga as a performer and as a person. I'm a mother of a 2.5-year-old boy, and my own motherhood journey has been deeply affected by Dr. Shefali. She's clinical psychologist, author, speaker, teacher, wisdom teacher, and she teaches about conscious parenting. And basically what it is that she says that you can learn how to parent another by parenting yourself. So it's mostly about the inner work, and only then about relationship with your child. I have been a fan of hers for many years, and she affected me as a person, as a mom, and as a life coach, because I take a lot of teachings and inspiration from her when I work with my clients. Anyways, I'm a fan, you can tell. So I was at the edge of my seat when I saw that this week she released a podcast on her YouTube channel and her podcast platform with her own daughter, whose name Maya. She is in her early 20s, and on that episode they had this beautiful heart-to-heart conversation where Maya talked about her mother's parenting. Dr. Shefali says that because she's an expert, people across the globe, she goes and gives speeches, and she's followed by millions. People assume that she's this perfect parent, and that thing does not exist. There is no such thing as a perfect parent, and that was the whole point in this episode, to show that she's not perfect. So she asked Maya to tell everybody, and to her, of course, what she did like in her mother's parenting, what she did not like, and how it affected her. And this conversation was so warm, was so wholesome, was so deep, and so honest and raw and authentic. These were just two beautiful, connected, attuned to one another women having heart-to-heart conversation, mother to daughter. Even if you're not in this kind of stuff, the energy that they brought to this episode is on another level. And if you need this a little bit of uplift, even though the information you're not into parenting, still go ahead and watch it. You will be nourished. You're welcome. All right, moving forward. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we celebrated in Lithuania here our Mother's Day last weekend. By the way, why can't we have just one day? Because I know that in different cultures they have it, even in different seasons. I think it's in Brazil maybe, or somewhere in Latin America, that they celebrated in fall. Anyways, so we celebrated last weekend, and I think this picture represents that weekend and my motherhood journey the best. I tried to color in lines, bring in some control, some order. I tried to make sense of things, I tried to organize and plan. And then my son steps in and he draws in his own colors, in his own lines, or the lack of lines, in this space. And he makes everything just, I don't want to say better, because it's not always better. Let's be honest, okay? It's not better, but it's more authentic. It's different. It's unique. It's us. So on that Mother's Day, that weekend, we planned on Saturday to go to a different city and have some fun. We didn't, because my son was not in a good mood. Nothing helped. And the best part of that day was driving back home, okay? So for the Sunday, I had no expectations, and I really didn't plan to do anything much. I just asked my husband to run some errands together with me in the morning. I love mornings, so. And we wake up and it's the most gorgeous spring day. It was raining, but still kind of warm. Everything is lush and green and it smelled wonderful. So we went to the department store to get some plants for our balcony. And I love doing this with my son because he loves plants as well. Anyways, we have so much fun. And then we go and do more little shopping, we run some errands. And then spontaneously we decide to go to this coffee shop to have breakfast or brunch. And we go in there, and of course it's packed with families, it's full. But there's one family on the way out, and they're emptying the desk for us. So we go sit down and we have the most delicious meal, and we all love it. My son is a big foodie, so he's enjoying the sandwich and he's laughing and having a good time. It was just, one of those moments where everything was perfect. And then we go back home, it's his nap time, and he falls asleep in my arms. That feeling is still unmatched. All parents know how good it feels to hold your sleeping child. And then when he wakes up, his dad brings me these gorgeous tulips, these flowers, and he says, "Happy Mother's Day." It was the cutest. And then I decide to go to do some vintage shopping, and I do this while my husband and my son stay at home and they clean the apartment. And I was lucky enough to find gorgeous blouses, 2 of them for the spring, so it was good hunt. And then when I come back, my husband takes a bath and he relaxes and chills, and me and my son, we make my famous tomato soup. And we all eat dinner, and it's end of the day, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. You cannot plan anything. You cannot predict anything. Motherhood is a wild journey. And I'm so glad that I took this ride, because it just showed me what life can be. I think that I know what I want and what's best, but actually I don't, because this surprise keeps stepping into my life, and not only surprises about what happens, but it surprises me as well, how much I enjoy it, the ordinary, the simple, the obvious stuff that's right in front of me. And all of it is because of my son and because of our relationship and this motherhood journey. So I just love being a mother. I loved my Mother's Day. It was wonderful. So I'm sending so much love to every single woman out there, and I hope you enjoy your Mother's Day as well. Okay, and for the end, I'm taking my notes because I'm gonna give you some gift ideas for your mom or for your grandma or for anyone who's a mother figure in your life. If you haven't planned anything, these are good. Like, take it from a mom. These are good. Okay, so number 1, write your mom a letter and tell her all about like what you love about her parenting, like the way she parents you. Tell her compliments about the way she's raising you. Number 2, make your mom a curated playlist that helps to bring back all those good memories between the 2 of you, or something that only you 2 know. Wonderful, wonderful idea. 3, make a meal and surprise her with her favorite dish, bake a bread or a pie, or better yet, make multiple meals and freeze them so that she doesn't need to cook, or she can enjoy like your prepped meals, you know, in the future. Such a good idea. I came up with it by myself, actually. All of these I came up myself. No ChatGPT is in this list. Next, you could also make a basket of her favorite snacks. And it doesn't need to be big, it doesn't need to be expensive, but just show her that you know her, that you notice what she likes, that you remember, that you care, and that, you know, you can make it for her as well. Take her out to do something fun. Ride bikes, go roller skating, take a boat in the boat in the lake nearby, go to the gallery, organize a picnic, go to an escape room. Like, there are so many cool ideas that you can do together, because research shows that when you do something together with another person, especially if you're doing this for the first time, like, that actually increases the love between 2 people. You can do this with your partner, or you can do this with your mom. So go and actually do something together. Instead of buying flowers, I always suggest to buy a plant, because it lasts longer and it's just so much nicer. And if your mom has a space, if she has a garden, buy a plant, or even a mini tree, like a decorative tree or a bush. Such a good idea. If you have the budget, buy something that she will receive monthly. Whether she will receive flowers, you can order those beauty boxes, you can order coffee boxes, whiskey boxes, anything. Or buy her a subscription to her favorite magazine or newspapers. I did it with my sisters, I think, for my mom, and I think it's such a cool idea, because it's a gift that keeps on giving, and it's a monthly reminder that you thought of her and you made all of this happen in advance. Honestly, the best gift is always a genuine, strong hug and a simple thank you, I love you. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to, of course, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment down below, not only to show, you know, your support from my channel and my work, but also to make sure that you teach your algorithm that this is the kind of information that you like and that you want more of, this uplifting spirit. Now, if you have an unsung hero in your life, or you have a good story to share, something that made your week, send me a message and I will share it here. Help me to spread the word and amplify it. Like, increase the energy of this world. Thanks for being a part of this channel, for contributing your energy and your time to it. I'm grateful. And in the meantime, go ahead and make your own week. Make someone's week. Why? Because you can. That's why. Go do it. Enjoy your Mother's Day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.